Hello everybody and welcome back. I haven't done a video in a little while, but we've got something very special today. We're on the new F1 2021 game and we're trying it out for the first time. It's going to be a little bit of a sort of review, just me waffling on, talking about the video because a lot of you, I'm sure, like listening to my voice. I'm incredibly boring, so why not? I thought I'd give a little bit of my take on this year's game. I've never bought the games from brand new. I got 2019 quite late, same with 2020. Only got it sort of about Christmas time, so I thought, why not? Let's bite the bullet and get this game as it comes out and see what the fuss is all about. And yeah, I mean, I've got to give it a thumbs up. Really, it's a good game. It's the next step up from 2020. Really, there's the visuals have stepped up quite a bit, especially in terms of the actual tracks. They don't show very well on my recording, but it does look a lot better sort of in game. I think the recording doesn't bring out the quality quite so well. But yeah, the tracks look absolutely fantastic. So do the cars. One slight negativity on the graphics side is when you're following with other cars, especially when you're looking at them when they're ahead of you, they don't quite look connected to the road. They just look a little bit sort of superimposed onto the track. But other than that, just a minor gripe, the graphics look absolutely fantastic on that one. The visuals as well, the audio is absolutely stunning on this game. We will listen to it a little bit later on in this video, but the engine noises are massively improved. So crystal clear. You can really hear every part of the rev range. You can hear when the battery, the turbo, all sort of kicking in and when it's spooling up, etc. It's really fantastic to just sit back and listen to. Really, I'm still getting used to the game, the new handling model, everything like that. Getting used to the setups. The setups are quite different to last year. The old setup still sort of work from 2020, but to get the absolute most out of it, you do have to sort of change it quite a bit, especially in terms of your aerodynamics. Generally speaking, you need a little bit more aero than you did on the previous game, and more so on the front. So we're going to step on now to my biggest issue with this game. We're going to go with a negative, I'm afraid. Absolute Codemasters have dropped the ball, I think, on this one. The regulations for the 2021 cars have taken away a lot of rear downforce. Not taking anything away from the front. It's all about the rear downforce, and the cars in this game understeer more. They've got a lot less front downforce and a lot more rear downforce. They grip so well on the rear. It's unbelievable. So I really think Codemasters have made a big error in that. Not very realistic. You can see this year's in real life. There's so many people spinning. I know we've got a very famous Haas driver that likes to spin, but a lot of other people are spinning. Perez in the sprint qualifying literally just yesterday, as at the time of recording, spun it. Coming through the Maggots and Beckett section. So easy to do with these cars. They've lost a lot of rear downforce. But these cars on this game grip so well on the rear. It actually feels like you've got medium traction control on 2020. There's so much grip. You can just absolutely nail the throttle coming out the corner. There's no waiting on that, which is a bit frustrating in a way. I prefer a little bit more control over that. However, it will bring the gap closer to players that don't use traction control. But let's listen, shall we, for a lap. Why not? Round Baku. Do excuse my driving, it's not the greatest. Still getting used to the game. But yeah, you can hear how crystal clear the engine sounds are. It's absolutely brilliant. But while you're watching this, you can also see that chronic understeer in the car is really, really difficult, but never really have too many issues with the rear of the car. It's just too stable. We lose the back end a little bit over the curb through the castle section. The curbs are actually quite lethal on this game. A lot more realistic, but you do get a lot more sort of spin curbs, so auto spin curbs, where they just spin the car no matter what. As long as you touch them, you're facing the wrong way, which is frustrating. But other than that, like the car, just the rear of the car feels so planted. It just feels a bit more like an arcade than it does a simulation, more so than last year's game, which is a bit frustrating, but is what it is. I get why they've done it, is to reach a wider audience. But yeah, as you can hear, the actual the visuals and the audio on this game are absolutely stunning, absolutely fantastic. Cannot fault them in any way. Certainly on the audio side of things. But yeah, the handling is really weird. You can see through that lap just a lot of understeer, but the rear grips up so quickly. A little bit frustrating, a little bit unrealistic. However, the tyre model on this game is massively improved. It's not perfect, it's far from realistic, but it is a massive step up from the previous year's game. You don't just run 0 on the tyre, or the minimum tyre pressures possible. You've really got to up the tyre pressures, otherwise there's too much flex in the sidewalls, and you can really feel that, and it will throw the car off balance suddenly, on the front and especially on the rear. The rear downforce is really good, but ever so often when you're going through the fast corners, it will suddenly snap on you, which is a little bit more realistic, a little bit better. But I think that's down to the tyres a little bit more than the aero on that side. But yeah, tyres much improved. Wet weather handling is massively improved. The driving in the rain feels so much more realistic. I mean, I'm only drawing from my experience. I've never driven a Formula 1 car, never driven a Formula 1 car in the wet either. So I don't know what they're like in the wet. However, I have driven racing cars in the wet, and do rallying myself. So I know what cars handle like in the wet, and from my personal experience, it's so much more improved, so much more realistic. There's more grip, but when it does go, it goes a lot quicker. It snaps on you a lot quicker, which is certainly going by my experience on things. So that's massively improved, which is really good to see. The replay cameras, as you can see, look so much better. You've got different options to bring up your lap counter, everything like that. I do not like the heads-up display. It's a bit of a marmite on this year's game, and I think it just looks a bit tacky, a bit pathetic, and very difficult to read when you're racing around quickly. So not my personal preference. I've not liked it since I've first seen it, and I haven't changed my mind since playing the game on that one. But I do get what they're going for with that heads-up display, and I like the thinking behind it, really. I also don't like the way they've put they've swapped the lap counter with the position counter. It's so difficult when racing mid-race, but there we go. That's pretty much my thoughts on the game. It does get a thumbs up overall from me. Quite nice. If there's anything you want to see me make a video of, please let me know. Do drop a comment down in the comments below and subscribe to my channel. But until next time, bye bye.